Welcome back to the channel today, guys. Now, I'm not feeling too great today, I gotta be honest. That's why I didn't do a video yesterday, because I'm feeling really under the weather today, personally. But I can always count on Spy X family to perk me right back up, and that's exactly what happened in this episode today, as we kind of turned into the Food Network in a way. Let me just say that it's a miracle that Yuri is like alive and well in our time right now. It's a miracle that Yuri isn't dead in some ditch somewhere having to eat all of yours food growing up. Just a very fun episode. Just a nice little heartwarming episode. So without further ado, let's just get into it and talk about Spy X Family Part 2, Episode 3 today. So, the crux of our episode today is stated right away by Loid, saying how, lately, yours been coming home late. And usually we don't dig too deeply into each other's personal lives, but Lloyd's a bit worried. He's a bit concerned by this development. Because when she does come home, she has a gloomy, somber expression, and she has cuts all over her hands. As Anya actually gets a vision through Bond of Yor crying, as we transition to her, as she says, if I fail this, I might lose those two. And we're left to wonder, like, wow, what serious mission is going on right now that could cause the family to be divided? As we transition to Yor after work, apparently leaving the supermarket, and she looks dead serious. As we see her approaching this one house, dead serious look on her face, blood coming out of the bag that she has in her hands. As she rings the doorbell and Camilla shows up and she literally asks Yor in an equally serious face, are we really doing this again? And Yor nods, yes, we're doing it. And that blood that's in her bag, oh, it's actually crushed tomatoes, because Yor smashed the shit out the tomatoes. And it's here we transition to 3 days previously, where we find out that Yor just wants to learn how to cook. She says that, my husband was stuck in the bathroom for a whole day because of the breakfast I made him. At this rate, our marriage is in danger. Meaning my work is in danger. And all three of her coworkers actually tell her no. But Camilla's boyfriend actually comes up and says, what are you talking about? Oh, she's a great cook. Camilla's a great cook over here. As she begs Camilla to help her. And of course, she's still saying no, but her boyfriend's like, yeah, sure, just help her. All right, just meet up at her place later. To her begrudgment. And it's here we transition to a determined Yor who's ready and willing to learn how to cook. Camilla tells her boyfriend that, just so you know, you're tasting all the food today. I'm not eating that stuff. And he says, don't worry about that. I invited someone just for that. And it's here that Yuri shows up yet again. Now, it's here that Yor catches Yuri up to speed and says, don't tell Anya and Lloid. I want to secretly get better at cooking. Yuri's like, yo, that bastard. She's trying to cook for Lloydie again. That bastard. As we see that Yor is prepared to cook the best minestrone she can, cactus included. Now, step one of our cooking process today, class, is you have to peel the potatoes, which Yor fails at miserably. Look at these bloody stumps of potatoes, man. Now, step two, class, is cutting the meat, which Yor is an expert with knives, but she cuts the meat a little too thin. And let me just say, guys, if I was Camilla, I'd be scared as hell if someone's cooking in my kitchen and they cut through my cutting board with a knife like Yor did. I would actually be kind of scared. Now, of course, Yor's all apologies in this situation, but Camilla's starting to get kind of fed up. Yuri's like, yo, who is this woman? She's being a little rude to my sister. Maybe I should execute her ass. Like brother, like sister, man. Camilla tells Yor that you're pretty hopeless. Just give it up. You might as well divorce that hottie. Yuri's like, yo, that's a great idea. Come on, sis, divorce his ass. But Yor begs Camilla, saying how, please help me. If Lloyd divorces me, I don't know what I'll do. I'll have to worry about getting arrested again. But Camilla, noticing just how seriously Yor is actually taking this, decides, alright, fine. I'll help you. Go get your ingredients simmering. Her boyfriend actually comes over and says, yo, look, she's actually pretty nice, just little bit prickly. And I'm sitting here like, yo, a little bit. Just a little bit, huh? And it's here that we transition to the first completed dish. And, it's definitely food, somehow. They're just like, yo, Yuri, it's your time, man. Make sure it's not... make sure it's delicious, of course. As Yuri sits down and tries the cooking, and he says it's fantastic. It takes him back to when they were kids. Everyone else is like, you're kind of throwing up right now. Well, how do you really feel? As Camilla and her boyfriend decides, you know what? We'll try some too. What's the worst that could happen? And then they died. Episode ends. But no, they got knocked the frick out. Camilla decides, all right, let's try something a little bit easier. Let's try some meatballs. And guys, how the hell you can get a bone in a meatball? I'll never understand. But this is a deadly weapon here, not a piece of food. And Yuri just starts going to town on it. It's so good, he's sweating for unknown reasons. The more he savors each bite, the more his life flashes before his eyes. They're just like, Yuri, please, stop for a second. Don't go towards the light. Camilla's like, I guess your sense of taste got so messed up because you got this train wreck eating your food all your life. It truly is a wonder how Yuri grew up not, dying at a young age eating this shit. As Camilla asks her that, do you remember anything your parents made that was really good? Yuri says, I kind of remember it vaguely, but she used to make something like stew pretty often. It was really warm and delicious. And when we get a picture of this food, I gotta admit, guys, it's making me kind of hungry. It does look pretty damn good. Camilla's like, all right, let's try making that. Just try to remember the taste as best as you can. And it's here we get our little cooking montage with Yor trying her best to recreate this stew. And it's pretty adorable, honestly. Seeing Yor so serious about this, even Camilla has to comment that, Yor, you seem kind of different now. You used to seem so robotic and boring. She's like, really? Maybe it's because I got married. Camilla's just like, yo, what are you humble bragging for? Don't get ahead of yourself. Her boyfriend comes up and says, come on now. You're a fine, lovely lady yourself. And we get a little adorable scene, actually. I kind of like it. He adds, anyway, this is the first time something's actually smelled good. This one might be a success. As Camilla puts her life on the line to try this dish, but it's actually good. Even Yuri tries it and says it legitimately tastes good this time, but it's missing something. As Camilla says that people from the area you grew up in might add some sour cream to it. And she throws a little bit in, and Yor and Yuri try it, and then they're like, this is it. This is what Mom used to make. As we transition back to the Forager House, as Yor shows up and says, all right, Lloyd, tonight I'm making dinner. To the horrified faces of Loid and Anya. And as they're cooking the stew, she explains to them what she's been doing the past couple days, how she's been learning to cook, and that, yeah, this is a stew that my mother used to make for us all the time, so I learned how to make it. Even Bond's got his nose in the air like, damn, something smells kind of good in here. What? Who's got the grub? This smells kind of good. And when it's done, it looks pretty good, honestly. The egg could be a little better, but it looks good. And as Loid and Anya are saying their final goodbyes to this earth, they actually take a bite and realize that it's actually really good. Anya actually starts scarfing it down. And the look on Yor's face in this scene is just... it's so great. It's so wholesome. It just puts such a huge smile on my face. She looks so relieved. As she starts crying and literally says that, I just saw your guys' faces. And it just made me feel so relieved. As she says that, I thought I needed to protect this life so that I could continue killing. But to think that having them acknowledge me, having them smile, could make me so happy. As we just see a nice scene with the whole family, man. And I'm grinning so much. It's such a nice little heartwarming scene. As Yor says, now I'm starting to feel more confident as the wife and mother of the Forager family. Lloyd tells her that I'll continue to count on you then. As Yor tells them, that's right, I made another dish actually. It's an original dish that I came up with. As Lloyd and Anya escape into the night, their souls leaving their body. As they die right there. Now, the second half of our episode gets a bit more Franky, as Franky actually calls out Lloyd and tells him, Lloyd, I'm in love with a girl. As he actually asks Lloyd for advice on how to have a successful day. You're an expert on this kind of thing, right? Help me out, man. As Lloyd tells him, the secret is hard work, Franky. Bye. Clearly not wanting anything to do with this. Franky says, don't make me sell your info to the secret police. And Lloyd just gives him a look like, you want to say that again, Franky? Franky's like, no, I was just kidding, man. I'm kidding, I promise. You said you wanted me to make you a small recording device, Slate. I'll do that for you for free if you throw me a bone here, man. Help me out. So they head to a coffee shop and start talking about what's going on. Now, the girl Franky likes is named Monica McBride. She works at the cigar shop on 5th Street. She's 25 years old and her birthday's September 20th. As Franky just starts naming all these things off about her. And Lloyd's just looking at him like, bro, you're a freaking stalker. What the hell? Franky tells him, please, I'm serious about this. I don't even get cigars, but I'm smoking them every day just so I can see her. Please show this pitiful scruff some mercy. Lloyd says, fine. So I just need to analyze this potential date and come up with a plan, huh? And Lloyd does just that because he created a conversational flowchart based on what she might say and like to hear. But it is extremely complex, and Franky can't handle all that. Lloyd tells him that you're just gonna have to practice having conversations then. As Lloyd actually dresses up as this woman, and they practice having conversations with each other. At the end, Franky's like, alright, I think I got a chance here. Tomorrow I shall use the strategic art of conversation. Stand by to hear the report later. As Lloyd's just looking at him like, oh, he's gonna fail miserably. He's gonna fail miserably. As we transition to Franky at the cigar shop, and he's all suited up. He's ready to get down to business. But it's here we transition to the Foragers going on an outing. And Anya actually sees Franky across the street and runs up to him. As Lloyd starts asking him, like, didn't you, as he says, oh, my date? Oh yeah, she went home because she forgot to turn off the gas, so we'll go out another time. Lloyd's just looking at him like, damn, he got turned down. Even Anya has to come pat him on the back, which is the final nail in the coffin. As Franky actually goes to the bar to drown his sorrows. And it's here that Franky actually gets a really expensive drink ordered for him. And we pan over and we see that it's Lloyd there that ordered it for him. Franky's like, what the hell, man? You here to laugh at me? But Lloyd tells him that you always say so yourself. People like us can't become emotionally attached to others. Even if you did go out with her, it probably wouldn't work out. As Franky says what we're all thinking right here, and he says the guy with a wife and kid. Yo, for real though. Franky says, yo, I'm gonna get drunk on your dime tonight. And Lloyd, like an actual friend, tells him that, I'll keep you some company today as our episode ends. And what a nice little wholesome episode we had. We turned into Hell's Kitchen all of a sudden, and then we had a nice bro moment at the end of our episode. What more can you ask for, Spy X Family just continues to deliver every single week, guys. It's great. Already making me feel a little bit better. And I hope you guys feel the same. So until next time, guys, I hope you have a great day, week, month, and year. And yeah, just the wholesomeness continues. I love it. But until next time, guys, deuces, and have a blessed day. And get you a friend like Lloyd, man. Get a friend like Lloyd. A real bro. But I'll see you guys later.